Good afternoon, everyone. I was sent yesterday a beautiful recording or a passage from a book, Memories of Swami Prabhananda. There it is. And it was a story of Holy Mother, and she was getting ready to go to her home village, and a young girl came to see her who had been coming to see her for quite some time. And Mother remarked to her, "Oh, you've been coming for a long time to see me." And the little girl said, "Yes, I love you very much." And Holy Mother said, "Well, I'm about to go back to Jairambati for a little while. Will you love me still?" And the little girl said, "Yes, I will always love you, Mother." And Holy Mother says, "Well, how will I know that you love me?" And the little girl says, "Well, tell me, how shall I show you that I love you?" And Mother says, "Love everyone at home, and then I'll know that you love me." And the little girl said, "Yes, I will love everybody at home. I won't be naughty." And Mother said, "Very good." But then Holy Mother said, "But how will I know that you loved everyone equally at home?" And the little girl again gets perplexed and says, "Well, how shall I love everyone equally, Mom?" And the Holy Mother says, "Love everybody without expecting anything back. And that way you'll love everybody equally. Because if you love and expect something back, some people will give you more and you'll love them more, and some people will give back less and you'll love them less. So love them all without wanting anything back." And so the young girl, of course, agrees. And I thought that that's a very insightful way of running our life. It's a very difficult thing to do, but to live without expectation in that way. To give because it's your nature to give. There's a couple of stories around that. One, of course, is one I've told before about the stinging scorpion and the sadhu on the side of the river. How he 3 times helps this scorpion out of the water when it falls in off of a leaf, and each time he gets stung for his effort. And so his disciple asks him, "Teacher, why are you doing that? Why not just let the thing drown? It keeps falling in the water and stinging you." And the teacher said, "Look, it's the scorpion's nature to sting. So it's going to sting me. Why should I hold that against it? It's my nature to help, and so I help." And that's a wonderful understanding of one of the side things that happens to us when we realize who we are. It's our nature to love. It's our nature to give. It's our nature to grow and to care and to thrive. And sometimes we run into circumstances or people who aren't quite aware of their own nature, and they've grown into a nature that stings, or that's angry, or that's bitter. In San Francisco, in the monastery there, we had a young man who came for a few months who had severe anger issues. And he made me quite nervous, and he would always hook me. I would always get provoked by his being upset with me. And I went to Swami to ask what to do. How do I live with this guy? This is really difficult. It's ruining my peace. And Swami Prabhupada just looked at me and he said, "See, can't you understand that's just the way he is? There's no need for you to react. There's no need for you to accept his anger or to take it into yourself. It's a gift you don't have to receive." And what a new idea that was to me at the time. It seemed so obvious. So the guy gets angry. I do my best to love and care and not cause anger. But if I've done that and he's still getting angry, I don't have to react. It doesn't have to bother me at all. It's that equanimity of spirit, that equanimity of caring, without a condition. It's what unconditional love looks like. This other story is it's a little saucy, so I'll warn you if you're sensitive about those things up front. It was one of my in the first couple of years that I was in the monastery, and I was on the bus in San Francisco coming back from one of the members' houses that I had gone to visit. And I sat next to this fairly young woman, and we got to talking, and she asked me what I did, and I said, "Oh, I'm a monk." Oh, and immediately I knew, oof, she went sour immediately. Why are you a monk? And I said, "Well, it's just what I want to do with my life." And then she actually said, because it's San Francisco, people are very upfront about anything there. And she says, "Are you celibate?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's part of it. And she says, why would you ever do that? She said, some of the most loving interactions I've had with people have been physical, and some of the closest feelings of oneness I've ever experienced have been oneness. And she said, I just can't imagine this religion always requiring people to cut off this most intimate and beautiful part of themselves. Anyway, like I said, I was new in the monastery, and I really was hearing these words, and I was thinking, that's a really good point. My gosh, I wonder. So, all right, so when I got back to the monastery, I had dinner that night. Swami Prabhupada and I were there and having our chat like we always did, and I brought it up to him. I said, Maharaj, I told him the story, and he was like, yes. He says, it seems like a good point. He said, but this is why it's important. He said, you see, if you follow her ideal and you engage in that mode of thinking, she can only connect with one person at a time, first of all, well, presumably, at that real level. And he said, as you go farther down that path, there are more and more requirements for who you are able to love in that way, who you are able to love in that unconditioned way through that path. He said, after a while, you're going to only want skinny people. And after a while, you're only going to want boys or only girls, and only of a certain age, and then of a certain financial setting, and then who walk in a certain way or have a certain type of physique. He said the restrictions increase, and the people that you are able to experience that intimacy with dwindles and dwindles and dwindles until in your old age, if you haven't settled down, you can connect with no one. He said, you see, in this ideal, as you withdraw from the senses, your love is universal. You have no requirements for whom you can be intimate with in a meaningful way, for whom you can love in a meaningful way. Our goal is to love and be intimate with everyone in the world, to see the same divinity in each one of them without a requirement. So Holy Mother is pointing at the same ideal, this taking away of requirements, that to love without expectation. Swami Vivekananda talks so much about love. He said, love that we experience in this world, he said, it's not real love, it's shopkeeping love. He said, it's the love of a merchant. It's always give and take, always give and take, always give and take. And if someone doesn't give enough, then they're off the boat. If your friend doesn't call you after the third call, well, you're not going to call the fourth time. If you don't get invited back to the party after inviting someone to the party, well, then they don't get invited to the next party. And he says, we've mistaken this for love. It's just selfishness in disguise. And so that's an ideal put before us by our beloved Mother, the Mother of the universe, to love without expectation, to love everyone.